I was also particularly focused on this because as a lawyer, which is the other 50% of me, I was seeing wildly illegal things, just wildly illegal, violating the Constitution right and left, violating state regulations right and left. And I was just very alarmed as an American citizen. So I didn't come at this problem primarily even as a doctor. I came at it as an American citizen very concerned about our Constitution. My father was a legal immigrant, and he raised me to think that America was really the shining city on the hill. And we have a Constitution that allows free assembly, free speech, right to religion. And I was watching all of those things. I was living in California, and if you remember the headlines in those days, people couldn't go to church, right? If they went to, the churches were closed overwhelmingly. The pastors were very, very weak. But the few pastors who tried to be a little bit stronger, remember they would do services like in the parking lot. People would drive up, and the government and the people are sitting in their cars, and the government would come and write down the license plate and like ticket those people, and they threatened the pastors. And I said to myself, obviously this has nothing to do with the virus. Obviously, not only do we have medicines that work, not only was it not a big deal unless you were frail and sick to begin with, but literally they're showing you it had nothing to do with the virus because these people are just sitting in their cars. There was a case when I was still living in California where a guy was paddleboarding, in the ocean. That was what he was doing. And he didn't have a mask on, which was a really smart move, like not to have a mask on when you're paddleboarding in the ocean. And some authorities were waiting to cite him and maybe not arrest him, but like give him a ticket when he came back to the land. And I said, how are people not realizing that this is tyranny, that this is an excuse, this virus is an excuse for tyranny? And I started also looking back through history. Turns out public health is one of the most common ways governments try to seize power. It's very common. Robespierre, Reign of Terror, the Committee on Public Safety, where they had to kill people to keep you safe, right? Very similar.